Well, today is Saturday. Let me fix you here. Today is Saturday, June 15th, and we're going to go over our booklet today, which is to ace summer parties. There's so many parties coming up, especially for me. We'll start off with the bad news. I had a gain. I had a big gain. I gained 3.5 pounds. So I'm back in the 40s, 241.8. Just disgusted with myself. I'm just so disgusted with myself. I try so hard, but obviously this week it appears that I didn't try hard. I did have some poor choices earlier in the week, and I ate my dinner very late last night. I didn't eat till almost 9 o'clock at night, so I think some of it could just be some of the added weight from last night, but I am not going to blame the whole 3.5 pounds on last night. It might be at the most a half a pound, if that even. But I'm going to do better this week. I have a plan of attack. At our meetings, they hand out little journals that you're supposed to keep track of and then turn it in the following week. So I'm going to triple track this week. I'm going to track on my phone, I'm going to track in my notebook, and I'm going to track in the meeting book. But anyway, let's get right to the meeting because I do have any parties? Oh, David's graduation party's next Saturday, but I have a whole week. I'm not eating out. I'm going to plan a menu for the week. For the whole week, I'm going to plan a menu. I'm going to do that tomorrow. I'm actually going to do it today, starting tomorrow. And I'm going to stay on track. I'm going to have a loss next week. I'm tired of not losing, I'm telling you. But anyway, we want to ace our summer parties. And it's a picnic, a barbecue season, graduations, showers, weddings. There's a lot of things that make us anxious and excited. But we don't need to worry. Easier said than done, as they say. The trick is to create a plan of action for navigating the summer events and think about what you're going to do before you arrive. Then you can focus on the fun rather than the food. And it tells you what things you can do. You can want to visualize the event, what it is that you're going to be going to. Think about what you want to do. Pick out a strategy and just basic things that you know that you're going to do. They told us that what we had today was tips from pros, and the pros are ourselves, because we all know how to do this. We don't need somebody to tell us what it is that we have to do. We know what we need to do. It's just a matter of implementing that plan into action. And they came up with we just had a free-for-all meeting, and we just had and it ended up we came up with 12 tips that they're common sense tips. Everybody's heard them before. It's not going to make any I'm not going to give you any earth-shattering suggestions that you haven't heard in the past. They're just all things that we've all heard. And the first thing we have to remember that we can eat anything we want, but we can't eat everything we want. That was my problem this week because I ate whatever I wanted and I ate everything. But I have to learn to do portion control. I really do think my problem is portion control. I have too much at each meal. And it's not that I don't choose healthy foods, I just eat too many of the healthy foods at one time. So the first thing you want to do, which is obvious, very obvious, is plan in advance. When you're going to a barbecue or a party, you tend to know what they're going to offer. If you're going to a barbecue, you know there's going to be hot dogs and hamburgers and brats and sausages, and probably chicken and ribs. You know all of this. You know there's going to be the sides, potato salad, macaroni salad, potato chips, dip. But most barbecues do have fruit and vegetables and cheese dips, cheese trays and things. I always bring, which is another tip, to bring something that you know you're going to eat. I always bring a vegetable platter. People always say, oh, she brought a vegetable platter. That's because she's on Weight Watchers. But you know what? At the end of the day, it's always empty. I never bring anything home. People that bring potato salad, beans and stuff like that, they always tend to bring a carry-out container home. They always do. But I can honestly say that I've never, ever brought home my vegetable tray. And it's not because I thought, leave it here because I'm not bringing it home. It's because people do want to eat the vegetables. And if you can find a low point dip, I'm not a big fan of ranch dip. But I'm sure that there's a way you can make a low point ranch dressing. I think if you made with some yogurt, hummus is a good dip for vegetables. I like my spinach artichoke dip that I have from, I think it's called La Feria. It's 3 points for 2 tablespoons. One moment.
I'm going home and eat lunch.
Okay, I'll see you later, Kylie.
Bye.
Bye. So I tend to eat more vegetables that way because I like to put it in the dip. And, you know, that's not to say that you just can't eat raw vegetables, but everybody needs to spice it up just a little bit. Sometimes, I know this is going to sound bad, but if you get like a really low point barbecue sauce, some like peppers, I like to dip peppers in some barbecue sauce. I know it sounds odd. I'm trying to think of the one it is. It's a low sugar barbecue sauce that I haven't been able to find, but I had it at one point. And, you know, try it, you might like it. It's just, I don't find like broccoli or cauliflower works well with the barbecue sauce, but like a hot pepper or a red pepper or a green pepper, I kind of like the zing. Salsa's free. You can dip like things in that. Just think of different things that you can do that way. The number 2 thing is don't go hungry. Obviously, we don't want to go to any kind of a party or barbecue hungry. A lot of people think, oh, I'm going to go, this is going to be so good, I can eat whatever I want. They're going to have the best potato salad. I'm going to save myself. I'm not going to eat until I go. Well, that's not really a good strategy because then you overeat. Eat before you go. Try not to be starving. Just have a little bit of a hunger to you, but not to the point that you're going to, you know, ravish everything that's in sight. Also try to eat 0 point foods before you go. Eggs, vegetables, fruit. I'm trying to think some other chicken. You know, like you can have some chicken. Have like an ounce of roll up of a ham, or not ham, oven roasted turkey or something. Just something that's going to like kind of satisfy you. If you eat more protein before you go too, protein fills you up a lot longer. Like I said, bring your own. Sometimes if it just, when I was doing really well on Weight Watchers, when I was doing really well at the beginning, when I was so dedicated at the beginning, and I got to get back to that mindset. But when I would go to the restaurant, I would bring my own dressing in a little Tupperware container, and I'd order their salad, and I'd put my own dressing on the salad. That way I could know how many points it was. Our leader said that when she goes to Chili's, she brings her own baked tostada chips. Like I think you get 13 of them for 4 points. And then the rest of the table orders the chips and dip, the chips and salsa, and then she uses her own chips to dip into the salsa. The restaurant's not going to complain too much because they're saving money on you not eating all their chips. They might have a problem if you just asked for the salsa and you brought your own chips, but I don't think there would be a problem with that. Preview what you think the food options are. If there's a good friend, you can say, oh, you're having a barbecue. Do you have an idea what you're going to have? That's not being rude. You're just asking, and then you can kind of plan ahead. I really want a burger. I really want a burger. So what am I going to trade off so I can have that burger? That doesn't mean that you have to completely eliminate the burger. Maybe eat half of the burger and then like a little bit of potato salad if that's what you want. You don't need to eat a whole burger and a whole bowl of potato salad. You can portion it out to what you want to do. Always pay attention to your portion sizes because it's very easy just to load your plate up. It's just, anybody can just not pay attention and try to use a smaller plate. Obviously, the bigger the plate, then the more you're going to want to fill it up. And it's just not smart. So use a smaller plate and that'll help you. Always sit down when you're eating. It's so much, you make yourself so much more aware of how much you're eating if you're sitting down and really concentrating on what you're eating. And always just know that you want to enjoy the food, but you want to enjoy the company that you're with. Don't sit near the food table. Make it an effort. Just think, is it worth the effort to get up and walk all the way over there? And then, you know, like even then, if it's farther away as you're walking there, you can talk yourself out of going because it's like, I mean, do I really want this? As you're walking there to get there. And if by the time you get there, you've convinced yourself you really want it, then obviously you must have really wanted it. But try to stay as far away as you can. Bring something to remind you, like they said, like bring an anchor, something that's going to remind you of how far you've come. My plan is I'm going to take this off and bring all my charms. These are all my success. This is all my success. And I have to tell you, it's all from the beginning. It hasn't been in the last year. I haven't earned not one of these charms in the last year. But look how many charms I've earned my first year of going. And it was because I was really dedicated and I was really thinking it. And I really need to have some kind of a reminder. And if you have that in your pocket and you're feeling like an urge, like I want to eat something, just reach in your pocket and just kind of feel that and just think, or whatever it is that brings you joy and how much success you've achieved and what you've done. Always remember to just celebrate with your friends and your family. Be happy that you're there, that it's not all about the food. I mean, food is a way of life. Food is how we celebrate life. That's a fact of life. Food is everywhere you go, whether you're at a wedding, a funeral, a graduation, a barbecue, a shower. It doesn't matter. Food is always involved, but there's always people there too. It's not just the food. So try to mingle with the people more than mingle with the food table. The food table's always going to be there. It's always going to be there. Just stay with your friends as long as you can. When you're done eating, get active. Figure out something to do. Don't just sit there and walk around, play horseshoes, frisbee, cornhole, badminton, volleyball, football, baseball. Just walk around talking to people without food in your hand. Just walk around and just really socialize with everybody and just really have a really good time. And always remember to be a great guest. Everybody will say, oh, you don't need to help me with that. Just sit down. I'll get this. We'll get this later. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. But in the back of their mind, they're thinking, that's really nice of them helping me. That's just less I got to clean up later. People are going to ask you because they're just going to be polite. But unless they're really anal about how they're going to put stuff away, people always welcome help. They don't mind you helping them fold up the tables and chairs. They don't mind you helping them carry the garbage out or recycling the cans, emptying out the pop, rinsing the cans out, things like that. They really don't mind. Maybe when it comes to loading their dishwasher or putting dishes away, then they might have their own little system. That's fine. But in the meantime, you can help them with it as much as you can. And you can always help serve. You can help if you're cooking on the grill that'll keep you from eating. Try doing that. Just think of different ways you want. And then wake up the next day and be really proud of yourself that you wouldn't be afraid to get on the scale. Know that you made such good choices the day before that you're not going to say, oh, I don't want to get on that scale because I don't want to see what I did yesterday. I did so much damage. You don't want to do that. You want to say to yourself, you know what? I did so well today. I can't wait to get on that scale because I'm so proud of myself because I know that I didn't have a large gain. You might have a small gain from a sodium, but if you know that you made really smart choices, then you can really attribute it. And don't attribute every gain you have the next day to sodium. Excuse me. That's an easy out. Oh, I gained 3 pounds because it was because of the sodium. No, like I started the video off. I started off with an excuse. I probably half a pound of it was because I ate so late last night. No, own up to it. I made poor choices for the week. I made really poor choices, and that's why I had a gain. And I'm going to own that because that's why I had a gain. But I'm also going to own the fact that next week I'm going to do better. I'm going to track out my week. I'm going to plan out my whole week. I'm going to eat healthy. I'm going to switch up my eating a little bit. I'm going to find something that works. I'm going to dig out those old journals. I'm going to find that dedication that I have when I joined on December 31st, 2016. I'm going to find that person. She's still in here somewhere. I've shedded some of her because I've lost 60-some pounds, 62 pounds. But what's sad, I lost 62 point, I want to look exactly because I was doing way better though. I lost 62.4, but at my best, I had lost 77 pounds. I want to get back to my best because I deserve the very best, and I need to treat myself better than I've been treating myself. I need to treat my body better. The older I get, the slower I'm getting, and I just need to appreciate that my body's still here for me, and I can't abuse it anymore. I just can't. That being said, I'm going to ace my summer parties. How about you? So I hope this information was helpful to you. I'm going to include the recipe on the back, which was for a mini key lime cheesecake. I don't like cheesecake. I don't like, and as much as I love cheese, you'd think I'd love cheesecake. And I love cream cheese, but somehow I don't like the mixture of it all together. And I'm not a big fan of lime, so especially key lime. I don't know. It's just, is there a difference? I don't know. I know I don't like it. It does look tempting though, doesn't it? But for 6 points, I don't know. But anyway, I hope that the video helps you. If you think it'll help somebody, share it with them. If you're new to my channel, please subscribe, leave a comment, and just have a good week, because I plan on having a better week than I had this week, because I'm just tired of this. I'm tired of being so discouraged. I'm tired of being down in the dumps, and that's what I've been lately. Been down in the dumps. And I don't know why, because I'm a pretty happy-go-lucky person in the most part, but just lately something's been bothering me. I don't know what, but food is not the answer. I have figured that out today. Food is not the answer. Okay, I'll see you guys on my daily vlog. Okay, today's weekly is about acing summer parties. We all know the basics, but I thought I'd share the book, the pamphlet with you. And the recipe on the back is for a mini key lime cheesecake. I don't like cheesecake, and I don't like key lime, and I'm glad I don't, because it's 6 points. I don't know that I'd want to spend 6 points, especially on something that I'm not really that fond of, but it serves 6 people.